Hey everybody, welcome to the video. I'm Brandon Green. Today I'm going to do a little people sketch. You probably see him on screen here. This is a guy I drew last night. Saw him yesterday. I kind of drew him as like this weird like high school basketball coach kind of guy, but I think I'm going to change that up a little bit and put him more back into his actual surroundings. You'll have to ignore the little caricatured Venom up here in the corner. It's just kind of doodling in my sketchbook. I haven't been in my sketchbook too much lately. I've been busy. You'll notice if you've noticed, my videos haven't been every week. I've missed a couple weeks. I've been going kind of every other week. It's just I've had stuff to do a lot of family stuff in the summer, and yeah, I'm busy. So plus it's just nice having a break every now and then. And there's a fly buzzing around me, and I guarantee it, as soon as I start to draw, it's going to be landing on my screen. Maybe my dog will come over here and eat him. That'd be pretty sweet. So anyways, I'm going to draw this guy. Like I said, do a couple changes. I'm doing him digitally. I was going to do him in my sketchbook. I just don't have time to set up. A lot of my stuff is kind of put away right now because I'm just packing and kind of shuffling stuff around to find things. Ugh. So it's always a fiasco, like when you're trying to get ready for a trip. So yeah, so I'm going to start drawing this guy. I just took a picture out of my sketchbook here a few minutes ago, and I'm just going to draw over it. First, I'm going to set it up. In fact, I'm just going to copy this, create a new document. I like to work 8.5 by 11. It's pretty, I don't know, it's just a good standard size. 300 DPI. Really, the only thing I'll change is like RGB versus CMYK, depending on what I want to do with it. Here, I'm just going to leave it RGB. Paste in my picture. Kind of crop them to the size I want. And that, I mean, I'm not going to use this actual drawing. I'm going to completely draw over him. So I'm going to make that. I'm just going to start kind of with a rough sketch over him. Using my pencil brush. It's the Rotable pencil number 9. It is set to, I know some of you really like to know this. The softness is just set to 0, so it never actually changes its shape. It just stays the same. That's what I always use for my sketching, and anymore a lot of my drawing. All right, so I'm going to do this really rough. Kind of exactly the way I started. Wow, now I'm getting some lag. That's fun. Kind of the way I started with the picture in the first place. Now this hand I might save just because I don't know exactly what I want to do with that hand. I like this one, just the big sausage arm. This isn't going to go very well if I keep getting lag. That is, oh boy, that is not a fun way to work. Might need to just close out some stuff. Illustrator. I'll close Illustrator, that's for sure. I don't need QuickTime Player. I need Safari. Sorry. I could edit out this, but I don't know. Sometimes I think it's just better to not. Okay, now I'm getting the spinning wheel, the old spinning beach ball. There we go. All right, so hopefully that kind of gets me back into good working speed here. Okay. All right, so I like this little tuft of hair here, and then he's got this real, oh my gosh, crazy looking head, like squashed. So what I want his hand to be doing is just holding, I think I'll just have him holding like his big cup that he had. this over. There we go. All right. Yeah, I can dig that. Give them these, like, they're not really short shorts, but they kind of, you know, they're above the knee. Feet are going to stay really simple. Right there. Just like this, like, pointed toe stance. It's kind of funny. Okay, he had a small nose and he had a mustache. Maybe I'll do let's try some different mouths. Maybe just a slightly open mouth. Yeah, gives him more of that, like, derpy face, you know, like the it's the glory of digital drawing too, is I can try out an open mouth, closed mouth, and I can make him screaming if I want, and I can change it. You know, I don't have to draw too light-handed. I just delete the layer and redo it. Just so many wonderful things about painting digitally, and that's not like saying that it's the best way to go. It's just there are definite benefits to it. It's funny because, you know, now we do everything digital pretty much. There's few people that actually work, especially professionally, traditionally. I mean, it does exist, don't get me wrong, but not too many people do. A lot of people have gone digital, and you spend the whole time trying to make it look like you're not painting digitally. It's just kind of funny. It's just kind of funny how it works. Sorry, I just had this. I have this straight here. I didn't want this to be just like another straight, so I could, you know, I could make this a curve. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Keep it simplified. So he has short sleeves. Okay, he had that, but then he also had like a jersey on. I guess I'll keep this centered. Maybe pulling over a little bit, but I think by then it would still be, I think the jersey would still be hanging on. Like, I'm looking at the center line, like right here. Okay. So I hope everybody's having a good summer. You know, I know a lot of you are still in school, whether it be art school or high school. Hope it's going well. Hope you're drawing a lot more than I have been. Give this a little more dimension. I might change this cup up. I don't know. We'll see. I might make it more of like a froofy cup. I don't know. Might try it out here in a little bit. Okay, so he did have like a lot of like chains, and I'm gonna exaggerate them like they weren't giant, but we'll bling him out. So I don't know if I said it before, but you may have noticed that I've been kind of hit and miss on my videos lately. Been doing it every other week just to kind of take it easy. And oh yeah, I talked about that. Just being busy. I've also just been kind of considering what I want out of this YouTube channel. You know, what kind of channel do I want this to be? I don't want to quit doing it. So don't take it like, oh, gee, she's considering not making videos. No, I still want to make videos. I just deciding how often, what kind of videos do I want to make, what kind of audience do I want to attract. You know, what's my market? I like doing the like lesson type of videos. You know, the clothing video that I did was fun. I still want to do one on like composition and clothing. I mean, I have all these ideas for videos. I just haven't been able to get around to like planning them because lessons, I want to make it a good lesson. I mean, I could right now just talk about composition or perspective or whatever, but it wouldn't be thought out. I'd probably end up talking in circles. I don't want to do that. If I put out a lesson video, I want it to be like a good lesson where like you guys can watch it and like feel like you actually gained something on the subject. I'm gonna shrink this up just a little bit. And those take a lot of time to do. That's good. So, because they take a long time, it's hard for me to actually like sit down and plan those out. All right, we're gonna color this line work and just lighten it up again. Basically, I'm gonna redraw it and just kind of tighten it up. So yeah, just kind of deciding what I want out of the YouTube channel. What kind of content do I want to do? Been looking at other YouTubers, just see what they have, see what I like, what I don't like. Yeah, just kind of taking some time to process it all, and you know, what do you guys want out of this channel? That's a question I'd love to hear your answers. You know, leave me a comment. Tell me seriously, like, out of this channel, what do you expect? What do you want on a weekly basis, or maybe not weekly? Maybe you'd rather me post every day. Maybe you'd rather me post once a month. And maybe I make it to where maybe I just made that way too big. Maybe I make it to where like once a month I'll do a lesson, and the other times I can do little time lapses or challenges, or I don't know, anything. I mean, that's kind of what's been on the table, is what do I want to do? Because it's not all about, I hate to say that, it's not all about you. I mean, I have to enjoy this. In order for this channel to keep going, giving him a little more bulbous nose, by the way. I have to really enjoy doing this. I like doing it every week. I would love to do daily videos, honestly. I really would. I would love to do this. Excuse me. I would love to do this full time. And, I mean, just spend all day making and editing videos and making them fantastic. And that might happen at some point. I mean, I would love to. I would love this channel to grow big enough to where I felt like that was something I could do. But you know, that's a ways off. Oh, I like this, like, no lip. That just happened there. A little happy accident. Looks like he's got like chew in his bottom lip or something. So, so yeah, I would love to do that full time, but that's a ways off. You know, I don't want to look too far ahead, like thinking, oh, I just wish this channel was that, or you know, oh, when this channel gets this size, I'll actually start doing stuff. That's not what I want to do. But I also want to be, you know, I want to be realistic about this channel. I want to be what is actually possible with this channel. Posting every day, right now it's just not possible. I got too much other stuff going on. Once a week, some weeks that's super easy, and other weeks not so much. And maybe I don't keep a schedule. Maybe I just post when I have something. But I like the consistency of schedules. It forces me to post a video, and forces me to record. There's been days where it's forced me to draw. I think I've even posted a couple videos where I was like, I don't feel like drawing, but here we go. I think this eye should just be kind of blurry. The reason I'm doing kind of a soft edge eye here is just it'll show like the thickness of these glasses. I don't think that line should be real dark. I might have to do that with like a white. I want these glasses to really... Here's a little cheat I'm going to do. I'm going to select that lens. Make sure I don't have too much of the other like line work in there. I'm going to hit Command J. Just go zoop. And since it has part of the eye, I mean, I could erase. Yeah, I'll just erase the eye. Shrink that up to what it needs to be. It's kind of funny, the eye over there, though, isn't it? But a decision for another time. We'll call it that. We'll just put that right. Right there looks good. I'm just going to erase this out. There we go. Now I'm going to Command E, merge it down. And now I don't have to draw that ellipse a second time. Ellipses are a pain in the butt. They really are. They're necessary to do, but man, if I can... The less ellipses I can draw, the better sometimes. Sometimes it's just like no problem and I'm on. Usually those are the times I've been drawing a lot though and my hands really practice. Drawing is kind of like the opposite of riding a bike. You know, they say riding a bike, you never forget how to ride a bike. Once you know how to ride a bike, you just get back on. Something like that. I don't know what I just said, but drawing's not that. Drawing, it really takes constant practice. It is easy to lose the ability to draw. And so a lot of you have probably experienced that if you go for a couple days without drawing, you're probably, I mean, what everybody calls rusty. I mean, you're out of practice. Your hands aren't familiar with the movements. Your eye isn't familiar with the just seeing the things that you need to see. Your creativity can tank. You really have to stay in practice with art. So, if you're like me, haven't drawn for a while. I mean, I've drawn, but not for like myself, not for this YouTube channel. I haven't done any people sketching. This is the first people sketch I've done since that Sasquatch man. It's been a while. I did this on a new layer just so I can easily erase this stuff that overlaps. I do that a lot. If I if I like the line work or I like what's on one layer or what I have, I'll make a new layer. If what I'm about to draw is going to mess with what I already have, I'll draw it on a new layer just so I can erase it out if it goes wrong, or like that, where it's just there's parts I know I'm going to need to erase, and I wanted this line to be one nice fluent line rather than choppy, because if you do it, let me do it on a new layer, and if you do it like this, where you don't erase it out, you just draw it behind, what can happen is they can really look unconnected. If this is pointed just slightly here, if this is pointed slightly this way, and then this is down here, being that this is glass, it kind of just makes it look like a refraction out of the glass. But what can happen is you lose that sense of one fluid line. You lose the sense that those things are connected, that those lines are connecting and making one large shape. So I like to draw big and then erase out from that big fluid line. So what were we talking about? Yeah, this is a YouTube channel. This guy had some like weird hair, but so I still want to do lessons. I still want to keep up the YouTube channel. I just want to have a clearer vision on what I want to do with this. You know, whether maybe it's just keep doing the same thing, but I don't feel like I can do that. I feel like I need to, like, people need to come to this channel for a reason, and they have to know what to expect. And so far, you know, it's been a kind of all over the board because I like to do a lot of things. I don't mind doing different stuff. I don't know, create some kind of identity for this channel. You know, maybe it's just a tutorial channel. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's what it has been plus something else. Maybe, you know, maybe it's just more often. I don't know. So yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this ear. Just give it a few little like wrinkles or something, and okay. I guess I can merge this down now. Nope. I'm gonna erase that right there. There's a little bit right there. And yes, I could erase this after I merge it, but it's just so much easier if they're on separate layers. Okay. So like over here, this is another time where you can cheat, is just copy this. Put that over here. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Just erase out that. And the good thing about doing it that way is now this right there and this right there are on the same angle, so it looks like they're part of the same system, you know, the same mechanic. And I just deleted the thing that I had. So even though it's a cartoon and we push things, we embellish things, we exaggerate, we skew things, there are certain things like glasses that just they need to be right, because the moment that they're wrong, people know they're wrong. Like if the perspective on the lenses are off, if those angles of the earpieces are off, they'll look broken. People will notice them. They become kind of a distraction. Now that may be what you want, but I don't want that right now, so I want to make sure that they're right. You could definitely go in and draw this. For this little piece, it's not going to make a world of difference, honestly, but it's just a small time saver, in my opinion. I don't even know if you call it a time saver, but it's just something I like to take advantage of since I have the tools to do that. When you want really straight lines like that, draw through what you're wanting to draw. Like this little corner right here, if you were to draw this like that and come over here, this little corner, these lines can get really wobbly. If you draw fast, that line is really fluid and smooth. So if you need, you know, smooth, crisp, hard edges, just draw through everything and then erase out the little end pieces that you don't need, and it creates way smoother action, or way smoother and cleaner artwork. Just a little tip: just draw through things, draw fast, long strokes rather than short. Don't try to be too precise with the strokes. Don't end on the end point. I don't know how many ways you can say it, but I don't like that line right there. But yeah, that's a good way to just make clean artwork. Like right here, I'm gonna give this a little, like, it'll have a seam like right through here. So I could come in here and I could draw this in, draw it to where I think it would be, draw where I think it could be, and that's fine. Like that works just fine. But if I do it fast, it's not wobbly at all. It's just a cleaner line. Just go in and erase the little end pieces. I'm just going to keep that flush. Okay. I'm going to do some of this hair. Yep. So some of you might find this excruciatingly boring. It is what it is. I mean, art isn't this like glorious time-lapsed thing, you know. All these things that I put on my channel that are time-lapsed, you know, they take 4 to 6 hours to do. I mean, some of the people sketches take like an hour or something, but like the big the more complete or the more complex illustrations, they take 6 hours to do, and I time-lapse them into like 5 minutes. And the problem with doing that, I mean, it makes for kind of a good quick video, but the problem with it is that people start to believe that that's how fast it goes, and then they get frustrated that it doesn't. I can't draw that line in 1 second, you know, or half a second, like so and so did on YouTube or whatever. Neither did I. I took my time and I made it right. Drawings take time. Alright, so this fingers can be complicated. I think I want that. This little knuckle to show. And then this one down here. His knuckle would be like right here. And his fingers tucked under. It's kind of the way you have to draw when you're drawing something complex like a hand. I mean, a lot of people struggle with drawing hands. And you really just have to deconstruct everything. Again, goes back to kind of a trick that a lot of YouTube videos kind of pull is, you know, not intentionally, but you get fooled into thinking that, oh, it's easy. Look how easy they draw hands. Like, no, a lot of people struggle with hands, and you know, I deconstruct hands in my head and draw them slow. You know, I take my time drawing this and really think about bone structure and, you know, where the meat on the hand is and the perspective of the fingers, and you know, I mean, I can draw a good quick gesture of a hand. I mean, that's just from lots of practice, but I still take my time doing this. Just thinking about like the side of that fingernail right there, side of the finger. All right. Then it's always a question: do you put like arm hair on here? What kind of arm hair? You have like this kind of arm hair, like real long. You have like this cartoony kind of arm hair, like Bob's Burgers. I don't know. Is that Bob's Burgers? I don't know. Or it's just little lines. I think the regular show has somebody with hair like that. I don't know. Either way, it's very cartoony, very stylized. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and merge that down because I like it. Now, since I drew this on another layer, I can match that up. What's up? Photoshop cheats. You know, I mean, I could hit undo and redo that a bunch of times, but that's exactly what I want. I just wanted that same line. I liked the shape of it. I just wanted it moved a little lower. So you got to use the tools you have. So I'll be in St. Louis the week of the 4th, the July 4th, 2016. In case you're watching this in the future. I'll be in St. Louis this coming couple weeks, or at least in the St. Louis area. I'm sure I'll be down at the St. Louis Zoo a couple times drawing. So if you see me out drawing, you know, hit me up, say hey. If you live in St. Louis, you know, hit me up. Maybe meet up, go sketching. Probably go down sketching with my dad at the zoo, like I said. Might hit up like a mall or something, do some people sketching there. I don't know. I don't know where we'll be, but I'll definitely be doing some sketching. There's a lot of great places to sketch up there. St. Louis Zoo is free to get into. That is so amazing. If you're ever in St. Louis, you should go to the zoo to draw because it's free. You do have to pay to park, but it's right in the middle of a park, like a public park. So you can just park not in the parking lot, and you do a little walking, but it's good for you. It's free. So anytime I go back home, I try to make it to the zoo because it's just such a, I mean, there's no excuse not to go when you're that close and it's free. And St. Louis has a good zoo. A lot of good animals to draw. A lot of good people to draw. Working on this guy's belt. Little things like this are more of those details that you just kind of you don't 100% need, but they just kind of put things over the edge a little bit, you know, make them that little bit better if you can take the attention, put some attention into that detail. So technically, you know, there should be like pant line right there. I guess I could add that in, but what I'll probably do is actually just erase, because I like the thickness of that line. And I like it for more for the top of the pants, like a separation line rather than just like a random line thrown in there. So I'll just erase that out. Yeah, that's working. It always helps to just draw the belt first. That's what I should do. I always get caught in that trap of like having things go right to the edge. Sometimes I'm okay with it because it's just, I don't know, it's kind of stylized and it doesn't matter, but decisions. It's all art is a bunch of decisions. Now I'm going to color this guy real quick when I get to it, just because I don't want this to be a 4-hour long video. So I'm just going to kind of do a pencil sketch here and then do some quick color under it. You know, nothing crazy. I thought about doing it, like I thought about really rendering the dog out of this guy, but just decided against it. Again, time constraints. Filling up my days a little too much lately with other stuff. That little butt I just drew is just like the palm of the hand. This little crease here is from your thumb meat to like your palm meat. I guess it could be like your pinky meat. That's what that is. So, in case you were wondering why I drew a butt. Again, here's the knuckles. So one thing I like to do is when you draw hands, like when they're holding something, I don't like making all the knuckles even. You can see even right now, my knuckles are not perfectly even. I'm trying on camera to make them fairly even. Like, you don't want to make them straight. I mean, it's a stylization choice, but I like to throw some variations where like either the index finger is extended. That's usually what I'll do. I'll extend the index and a lot of times the pinky, so they grab kind of like that. It just makes some variation in the fingers, like, so it's not just one clean sweep. You know, there are a lot of people out there that just do like this. I know, like very like stylistic artists will do that. Like Steven Silver does some stuff like that, and it's clean. Like it's good. I'm not like downplaying that at all. But that's just it's a style choice. I know Will does some like hands that a lot of times that are kind of mitteny, and then he'll just put some real quick fingers, and it works perfectly for his stuff. I don't know. I get sometimes I've done that a few times, but for me, a lot of times I like to have a little more to it. again, style as a style choice. Style, yeah, style choice. Um, Sometimes it's nice to do like really realistic fingers or you know detailed fingers. Sometimes it's nice just to do some like well like what I just showed you or some like like sausage fingers, kind of like what I'm doing here. Which the sausage finger thing kind of uh, it plays to the character a little bit, you know, like it. He's not exactly in greatest shape. I'm just gonna keep this a cup. So you see right there, normally I would draw like the cup and then erase this out. So since I didn't, I had to be very careful with making sure this line and this line match up. Like I don't want them. I don't want one to be pointing this way and one to be pointing this way. In school, in fact, here I'll do it on this layer right here. Here I'm just holding down Shift, making a straight line. I'll erase out the fingers. There you go. So even just this little line right here, if that didn't line up, it can really mess with the the construction of your object. You know that can really hurt your believability and things. And you know I always have to give the disclaimer: it's a style choice. Sometimes you want really like wonky looking geometry or really wonky looking objects. We're gonna put a little lemon in this guy. And let's give him a straw. Again, I drew way past where I needed to, and then I just erase out the ends. Just helps make that straw straight. There we go. Okay, so now he's got his drink. He's got a huge pinky finger. I'm going to shorten that. I'm going to stubify that just a little bit. There you go. Let's do his legs. What I like about this leg, I'm going to put a little wrinkle down there. So even like his upper leg is drooping down. The best thing about this guy is that I'm trying to figure out how to draw this and make it. I want it to look like elf shoes. Was that he was wearing Velcro shoes? And yes, he's got a giant leg. He didn't have that for real. That's just kind of me putting it in there. Just, you know, I thought about doing it. I mean, you can see my sketch. I had the shoe way up here, but I don't know. Just trying out a smaller shoe with a bigger leg. And that knee. Definitely push this down a little more to match that other leg. A little more of a sole there so it's not flat. Works for me. Alright, so I'm going to merge those, then I'm going to work on these chains up here. Sorry I'm not talking this whole time, I'm just getting a zone. But I'm basically making half of the chains. Then I'll create a new layer and just kind of connect these. You know, I don't need them to be super like perfect or symmetrical or anything like that. People just have to recognize it as being chains. Might have to go back in and fill in a couple little gaps just to make it make sense, make them all connect. Darken some areas, you know, just kind of hitting my thick and thin lightweight or line weight. Just to kind of help make it readable. There's an area I need to fix. Okay. Go back, erase out this shirt, erase out the parts behind the chain. I gotta fix that little part back there. Erase out this. Okay. So that's one chain. The other chains I won't do is like chain detail. It'll just be kind of little circles because, you know, there's chains and then there's like the little necklace chains. You could make a brush. In fact, I might already have one for this. The problem with if you do specific brushes, we're going to make one. So I have a brush somewhere that's kind of a round chain like this, but it wouldn't be the same like line quality. I'm going to erase this and make it more of a... Yeah. Okay. Make that, edit, find brush preset, spacing, and I'm actually going to go in and do the angle jitter all the way up. We'll do a slight size jitter. It's just to make it look like it's not all the same stroke. Ta-da! Sure, I'm on a new layer. Okay. I'm going to delete, erase this out where it needs to be erased. I want it to be behind this chain. Okay. Now, what I could have done is actually do that in like gold, and I might end up going in and changing the line color on that just so it's not a black line. It'll be a gold line. I could do it later, but I'll just go ahead and do it now. And I think that's good for now. Let's just throw some color on it. Oh, I forgot to make his like jersey though. I'm just gonna go ahead and merge all these. I just forgot. Let me save that just in case. Grab my pencil. And that, erase that out. Sure. I feel like he should have something on his chest. Like since it's a jersey. Keep it really, really simple. Flaming basketball. Because nobody's ever done that before. I'm not even gonna like do too much to it, I don't think. Yeah, I'll keep it on its own layer, and that way if I need to just delete it, I can delete it. I don't want it to be a big focus, so keep it the way it is for now. Okay, so coloring the guy. What is that? It's just the arm. I'm gonna go ahead and just... Photoshop recently changed the default. When you hit W, it's supposed to go to your magic wand tool. Now it goes to whatever this thing is called. Your quick selection tool. They change some things sometimes that just drive me nuts because you get used to the standard, and then the standard is actually what you use. It's like they're fixing things that aren't broken kind of thing. Sometimes that's annoying. Even worse, they did it to Illustrator. Pretty much like a year, maybe 2 years ago, they really changed the pencil tool. Like I use the pencil tool a lot in Illustrator. I mean, it's basically unusable now. Like it's pointless. They took away the automatic smooth function. Like you used to be able to, as you were drawing, you'd hold Option and it would turn into the smooth tool real quick, and you just use that. They actually took that away for a while, and I think they got too many complaints about it, so they put it back in, at least the Option. But they also, like, you used to be able to hold Option and hold Option. I think it was Option. You'd hold Option. It would actually, while you were drawing, you could hold Option, and it would actually close the path. Like you'd get a little circle next thing, and it would close the path from wherever you were. Now it doesn't do that at all. Now you actually have to go in and close every single path that you make. It's like, why would you do that? Alright, so now I'm just gonna, so I've select all the outside of this guy. I'm basically just making a silhouette of him on a layer. Modify, I'm gonna expand this just a few pixels. I'm gonna create a new layer. I'll just pick a real medium, real mid-tone. Gotta invert that first. There we go. So now I have a silhouette of my character. So I'm going to lock the transparency on that. Pick a good pale-ish skin tone. I think I'll just do this with like a hard edge brush for now. Yeah. You could also just go in and do this with the lasso tool if you wanted. Since it's real quick, Get him a little more yellow. Okay. Lighten it up just a little bit. Let's warm up his... Whoa, 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 whoa. Do not want that color. Oh my gosh. Actually, let's make him give him kind of a pretty warm head, like he's hot-headed. Okay. With this, we're gonna make this like a gray, like a light gray. We'll probably even yeah, that works. Sorry, I'm making this white here where it's closest over here. Like you'll see through more glass over here than you like. You're looking through more glass here on the edges. You're looking like straight through it, so there's not as much glass in between your eye and what's behind it. It's kind of like the atmosphere, the sunset and stuff. As you look through more atmosphere, you're seeing more color and stuff. So same thing applies to things like this. So if I lost you on that or if you're confused, me too. This guy right back here. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's hit a little bit of blue in here because we have just let's go this way a little bit. You know, we have these imperfections on our face. Hair often is a lot cooler than like your facial hair and stuff. Give this like cool tint. You also have, I mean, you have a lot of colors in your skin that we don't often recognize. So you can actually get pretty saturated in your skin with different colors. I mean, if you'll see some artists that really go heavy on different color saturations, and it looks beautiful. We really just kind of simplify skin color. Because it's easy. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little couple highlights in here for him. Go ahead and make the top of his head a little brighter. I want to get more of this like desaturated blue for his hair. And then just let it fade out as it comes down. There we go. And he's got that little tuft of like kind of gray hair. I think it looks pretty nice. And with this lens here, light would be hitting that right there. Light would hit that right there. It's always debatable. You could always come in here and do kind of a reflection like that. Too mountainy. Just leave it like that. You know, you put one right there. It's almost like his eye. Okay, we're gonna sample this color, get his mustache. Little shadow from the nose. Get on the underside a little bit. Some of that red just hit down here, around the lips and in the mouth. I'm gonna do a little bit more of that hair color around his chin. Doing short strokes just so it creates kind of a texture. I like how he doesn't have eyebrows. I'm just gonna leave those off. You know, I mean, I could go in and put some in, but I think he looks weirder without them, so I'm just gonna leave them off. I'm gonna warm up his ears. Okay. There you go. The good thing about doing it like this is these first couple stages is kind of fun just to be sloppy like this, because you know you're going to paint the shirt, you know you're going to paint other things, so you can really be as sloppy as you want. Yellow. You know, a little farmer stand here. Okay, just create a little shadow color for this. We'll create a little shadow color for this light skin. Lighten that up so that arm can be hit with some light. Hit these fingers. Arm a little bit of this arm, just a little bit of form, and light hits it. Okay. Oh, the legs. I'm going to do those in this shadow color for the most part. And hit it like that. Here we go. Okay, so the shirt he's going to be wearing is, I would do it white. I want him on this white background. I want him to stay on that. So we'll do it like give him like a blue shirt. I also have to do the neck. Okay. Yeah, that ain't bad. We're gonna keep that selection. Just make sure we have that soft brush. Go a little darker. Okay. The jersey. I don't remember what color his jersey was. I don't even remember what team it was for. Let's just try a couple different colors, then we'll make up our mind on it. I mean, I kind of like that, but it looks more like a sweater vest. Alright, yeah, I think I'm going to keep it blue or keep it black like that, and then I'll just add some like colors here. I'm going to add it around the arms as well. Kind of helps give it that jersey look to have those little seams. Alright, yep, and then we'll come in here and add I'm just going to hit this with like a dodge tool. I got a weird brush selected. Just so it adjusts the black and the red. I'm not going to hit too much, so then I'm going to just like get a good black. Just hit a few little spots just to show some shadows. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. All right, gold necklace. Let's do that. We're just gonna go straight for the gold. Go for gold. We're gonna hit with this color, and then we'll go back in with some yellow highlights on it. Gold is very reflective, so if you're ever really trying to like replicate gold, like get reference of the gold. You can kind of do a yellow and kind of fake it, but it really is reflective. So like I said, get reference, figure out what it's actually looking like in certain situations. You know, you don't want to make it look like a chrome. You know, obviously everybody thinks it's gold, yellowish, you know, orange for a reason. But find out exactly what reflects in it. What do the reflections do? It can honestly be kind of a tricky color to paint if you're not careful. All right, now with this chain right here, I think, like, what if I just lock this and paint that? Yeah, that works. Do like that. And then I'm kind of going over here. That's no good. Yeah, that works. Okay, and let's do these shorts. Like I said, this is a real quick color. You know, it would really be fun to go in and actually render all this stuff out. But not today. Not today. Alright, what color should his shorts be? I feel like he's the kind of guy that would have khaki shorts on. Just, man, my stylus keeps like grabbing a hold of that color and not letting up when I do. Oops. How about I be on the right layer? Alright. Oh, my dog's gonna have a fit. Probably because he heard a car door slam 14 miles away. Shh. Okay, let's grab a hard edge brush and we'll just go in with like a dark brown and make this belt. You know, man. You know he's gonna have a gold belt buckle. So, since I'll be in St. Louis the next couple weeks, there either won't be a video for a couple weeks, or I might, if I can record with my phone, then I might do some like vlogs or something. But there's a good chance that there won't be. So what I might do is I'll be doing a lot of sketching. I'll try to take my good camera and at least record it. I won't be able to post it, but I'll record some of my sketches. You know, I can't 100% promise that that's going to happen, but I'll try. It just depends on the situation I'm in, who I'm with, you know, what's going on. You know, obviously, if I'm out at dinner and I'm with my family, I'm not going to be setting up cameras and stuff. But I will try to do some recording of some sketches I do, and then post them when I get back, or finish them for you when I get back. So there'll be some of that. So that's fun. But yeah, I'll try, you know, vlogging would be cool to do while I'm up there, especially just little vlogs of me sketching and stuff. Try to vlog from the zoo or something, but yeah, I don't know if my phone will do that very well or not. We'll find out. We'll find out. All right, this cup, you know, we're doing a super quick rough color on this. Would definitely look cooler if it was in marker. I get it, but you know, we'll do that some other time. This is just going to be like a super dark brown, I think. And then we'll hit it. I like adios. And I'm going to do the straw. Should be quick. I'm not going to do anything to it. It's lime or lemon. This color. Here's them really bright. All right, cool. It's kind of all confusing stuff, but we'll just leave it like that. I always like to do a little more reflective light and stuff just to show some more form down here. I could definitely get away with doing a little more shadow on his legs here. All right. You know what I can also do is just hit this with a little shadow on his glasses. And then I'm gonna make those just a different color, just something. Cool. Let's get some mid-tone back here and see what that looks like. I feel like I want to erase this out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just, I'm not going to erase it all the way. I'm not going to hit delete, but I'm going to erase some of it out so it, no matter what I change this color to on the background, it'll be transparent rather than white. I want to go near white. Maybe do a gradient. There we go. Let's give him a little shadow. Oh, his shoes. I forgot to do his shoes. It's alright, it'll be easy. Because they just gray. With a white sole. We'll do do slightly darker straps. All right. And then I always like to look at them with like out the line work. See, that looks cool to me. I mean, it can use some cleaning up for sure, but it's funny without the line work. The background, I mean, it bugs me not having anything back there. Let's just give me this. There we go. Make it a little darker. I don't know if it matters. Maybe it's not. Like, what if we did this to white? And what if I actually chose the right gradient? Yeah, let's just do that. Give it the old Signorino. Ta-da! Okay, so yes, there's definitely some more that I would love to do on this. Keep going on it. Let's do this on the right layer. You know, sometimes it's hard to switch off sometimes. I just want to keep going. But, you know, this will do for now. You know, maybe in the future I'll come back to this guy. I like him. I like this guy. He's cool. I mean, he's looking fly in his chains and his jersey. So anyways, we'll call that done. We'll call that the video. I gotta go pack. You guys have an awesome week. Awesome couple weeks. You probably won't see me. Like I said, I'll try to get something up, but if I don't, you know, it's no big deal. I'll be back. I'm back when I'm back. Yeah. So anyways, have an awesome couple weeks. Have a very fun but safe 4th of July. You know, be safe. Don't blow up. Go draw. You know, go draw on your 4th of July. I'm going to try to. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, especially if you enjoyed this, you want to see more of it. Leave me a comment below. Like I said, let me know what you want out of this channel. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll be posting stuff on there while I'm on break for sure. So, you know, follow me over there if you want to see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. You guys have a good week. Bye.